Now, for first-time buyers, and I don't know, does the Welcome Home Grant, is that just for first-time buyers, like for anybody?
No, the Welcome Home Grant, glad you brought that up, is a grant that we're offering right now because we are, as I said, we're a bank. And so that's a little bit unique. And as a bank, that makes us a member of the Federal Home Loan Bank here in Greater Cincinnati. Federal Home Loan Bank in Greater Cincinnati actually covers not only Cincinnati, but really all of Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. And so this grant is available in those three states, and it's basically $20,000 free dollars toward the purchase of a home. Free dollars.
There are a couple.
The stipulations are pretty loose. There's a recapture on it over the first 5 years. So if you sell the home within 5 years, you might have to pay back a prorated portion of the grant.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to keep the portion that, during the time you live there, and actually there's a test on the repayment. So if you're not selling at a profit, you wouldn't have a repayment. But it's really been, it's just an outstanding, there's no reason not to do it. You do need to get your loan through us to get the grant, but, even if you do that, our rates are very, very competitive, if not among the best in the city. And so, you put a free $20,000 on top of that, and it's really, it's the great deal that it sounds like. It really is.
I guess the limitations are your income must be at or below 80% of the income limits.
Correct. And that varies county to county.
Okay.
And so that's pretty specific. In Hamilton County here, Greater Cincinnati, this includes Butler, Warren, and Claremont, the income limit is right around, for 1 to 2 people, $82,880. For a family of 3 or more, it's a little more bizarre. I think it's $95,312. So it doesn't even end in a zero, but I believe that's the number for Hamilton, Butler, Warren, Claremont, family of 3 or more on that.
And the borrower has to put in at least $500 of their own money.
They have to invest $500 of their own money. And the other key to that, I bumped into this with a borrower yesterday, is that's a household income limit. So it's not necessarily the income of the borrower that they're using to test for whether or not you're over the income limit. They're using the income of all people occupying the property 16 years of age and older, and combining that income to test for that household income limit that we just talked about. So
that's a pretty good. So how do you get the $20,000?
It arrives at closing, and
Really?
And that's it. It's wired into your closing, and it's right there for you at the closing table. So it's really it's the deal that it sounds like. But I will say the two limitations that most commonly hold people back from it. Number one is the income limit. Right. This borrower in particular was a great example of it. She was using her Box 1 W-2'd income, and we go off of Box 5, and Box 5 is higher.
Oh.
Box 1 is your income before 401k deductions.
Oh, okay.
After 401k deductions. Box 5 is before 401k deductions. And between her and her husband, their Box 5 was over the limit for a family of 3. But that's probably one of the major limitations, and then the other one is timing. This stuff doesn't hang around all year. So